Brothers and sisters, today we gather to delve into a timeless and thought-provoking topic that has captivated the minds and the hearts of humanity for millennia: the eternal struggle between good and evil. These are the two divisions the Creator has determined from the very beginning. He has separated the light from the darkness. Now this is the verdict, brothers and sisters. Light is coming to the world, but people love darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil. That's spoken of in John chapter 3 verse 19. And one such passage that resonates deeply about this is found in the book of Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. Now keep these words in mind, they are prophetic. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for the sweet and sweet for the bitter. Beyond mere human wisdom lies profound insights from the divine. These timeless words emanate from the highest authority, foretelling the course of humanity, showcasing unparalleled majesty, knowledge, and understanding. Witness the consequences that unfold when humans turn away from this divine guidance and choose their own path. And remember, He only gave us two paths: a broad road that leads to destruction, that many enter on, and a narrow road that leads to life, and only a few people find that road. Now that is wisdom. Now these words serve as warnings and condemnation against those who distort the truth and invert the concepts of good and evil, cautioning against moral confusion and the blurring of lines between right and wrong. Now throughout history, this timeless truth has held steadfast, accumulating in a climatic revelation of humanity's state just before the final judgment. With remarkable precision, it foretells the destiny of those who engage in such deeds as they stand face to face the ultimate verdict. Now within the realm of human experience, the concept of good and evil has been thoroughly explored and defined by the Creator. Today we will delve into a fascinating account written thousands of years ago, which intricately depicts these fundamental aspects of human nature. I'm speaking of Unveiling the Enigma of the Two Spirits of Man. Now journey with us as we uncover a captivating manuscript discovered among the mystical Dead Sea Scrolls. Delve into the depths of ancient wisdom concealed within the community rule or the manual of discipline, where the timeless struggle between the two spirits of humanity is laid bare. These powerful words we are about to read vividly portray the universal battle and struggle we all encounter, serving as profound wisdom. I discovered these words and wrote them down on the 5th of August in 2020. Let's read. This is for the man who would bring other to the inner vision, so that he may understand and teach to all the children of light the real nature of men, touching the different varieties of their temperaments with the distinguishing traits thereof, touching their actions throughout their generations, and touching the reason why they are now visited with afflictions and now enjoy periods of well-being. After that is and ever was comes from Elohim of knowledge. Before things came into existence, He determined the plan of them, and when they fill their appointed roles, it is in accordance with His glorious design that they discharge their functions. Nothing can be changed. In His hand lies the government of all things. Elohim it is that sustains them in their needs. Now this Elohim created man to rule the world, and appointed for him 2 spirits, after whose direction he was to walk until the final inquisition. They are the spirits of truth and perversity. And remember, Yeshua came into the world to testify to the truth. And he said he would send the Spirit of truth as the guidance, the counselor. The origin of truth lies in the fountain of light, and that of perversity in the wellspring of darkness. All who practice righteousness are under the domination of the Prince of Lights and walk in ways of light, whereas all who practice perversity are under the domination of the angel of darkness. However, even those who practice righteousness are made liable to error. All their sin and all their iniquities, all their guilt and all their deeds of transgression are the result of his domination. And this, by Elohim's inscrutable design, he will continue until a time appointed by him, the end of this age. Moreover, all men's afflictions and all their moments of tribulation are due to this being's malevolent sway. All of the spirits that attend upon him are bent on causing the sons of light to stumble. Howbeit, the Elohim of Israel and the angel of his truth are always there to help the sons of light. It is Elohim that created these spirits of light and darkness, and made them the basis of every act, the instigators of every deed, and the direction and the directors of every thought. The one he loves for all eternity, and is ever pleased with his deeds. But any association with the other he abhors, and he hates all his ways to the end of time. Now it gives us 2 different accounts of how these 2 types of people are, and we're going to read the first account. This is the way those spirits operate in the world: the enlightenment of man's heart, the making straight before him the ways of righteousness and truth, the implanting in his heart of the fear for the judgments of Elohim, of a spirit of humility, of patience, of abundant compassion, of perpetual goodness, of insight, of perception, of that sense of the divine power that is based at once on the apprehension of Elohim's works and a reliance on his plenteous mercy, of a spirit of knowledge informing every plan of action, of a zeal for righteous government, of a hallowed mind in a controlled nature, of an abundant love for all who follow the truth, of self-respecting purity, which abhors all the taint of filth, of a modesty of behavior coupled with a general prudence, an ability to hide within oneself the secret of what one knows. These are the things that come to men in this world through the communion with the Spirit of truth. And the guardian of all that walk in his ways is health and abundant well-being, with long life and fruition of seed, along with eternal blessings and everlasting joy in the life everlasting, and a crown of glory and a robe of honor amid light perpetual. Now, we just read here what the communion of the Spirit of truth is. These are the things that those people will experience. Only good things, things that we are to look forward to, and a crown of glory, we are told. And now we're going to read what the communion with the spirit of perversity is all about. But to the spirit of perversity belong greed, reminiscence in right doing, wickedness, falsehood, pride, and presumption, ruthless deception and guile, abundant insolence, shortness of temper, and profusion of folly, arrogant passion, abominable acts in the spirit of lewdness, filthy ways, in the thraldom of unchastity. Now that thraldom, it refers to the state of being in bondage or servitude or slavery. So keep that in mind. A blasphemous tongue, blindness of eyes, dullness of ears, stiffness of neck, and the hardness of heart, to the end that a man walks entirely in the ways of darkness and of evil cunning. I remember earlier what we talked about. Light is coming to the world, but man has loved darkness. This is what it's speaking about. The guerdon of all who walk in such ways is the multitude of afflictions at the hands of the angels of destruction, everlasting perdition for the angry wrath of an avenging Elohim, eternal horror and perpetual reproach, the disgrace of the final annihilation in the fire. Remember that what happens in the end, after the judgment, they are cast into the lake of fire. Darkness throughout the vicissitudes of life in every generation. Now that vicissitudes refers to the ups and downs, changes, and shifts that occur in one's life. It says doleful sorrow, bitter misfortune, and darkling ruin ending in extinction without remnant of survival. So, very bad things come to those who walk in these ways. It is to these things that all men are born, and it is to these that all the hosts of them are heirs throughout their generations. It is in these ways that men needs must walk, and it is in these two divisions, according as a man inherits something of each, that all human acts are divided throughout all the ages of eternity. For Elohim has appointed these two things to obtain in equal measure until the final age. Between the two categories, he has set an eternal enmity, just like it was with the seed of the serpent and the seed of the woman. He put enmity. Now it states this: these of perversity are an abomination to truth, while the ways of truth are an abomination to perversity. And there is a constant jealous rivalry between their two regimes, for they do not march in accord. Howbeit, Elohim, in his inscrutable wisdom, has appointed a term for the existence of perversity, and when the time of inquisition comes, he will destroy it forever. Then truth will emerge, triumph for the world. Albeit now until the time of the final judgment, it goes sullying itself in the ways of wickedness, owing to the domination of perversity. So you see, evil has been the dominance in this world, the evil way, and it has corrupted and sullied truth, stained it. Now, then too Elohim will purge all the acts of man in this crucible of his truth, and will refine for himself all the fabric of man, destroying every spirit of perversity from within his flesh, and cleansing him by the Ruach HaKodesh from all the effects of wickedness. Like waters of purification, he'll sprinkle upon the spirit of truth to cleanse him of all the abominations of falsehood and all the pollution for the spirit of filth, to the end that, being made upright, men may have understanding of transcendental knowledge and of the lore of the sons of heaven, and that being made blameless in their ways, they may be endowed with inner vision. For them has Elohim chosen to be the partners of eternal covenant, and theirs shall be all mortal glory. Perversity shall be no more, and all the works of deceit shall be put to shame. Thus far, the spirits of truth and perversity have been struggling in the heart of men. Men have walked both in wisdom and folly. Now read this carefully. If a man casts his portion with the truth, he does righteously and hates perversity. If he casts it with perversity, he does wickedly and abominates truth. For Elohim has appointed them in equal measure until the final age, until he makes all things new. He foreknows the effect of the works in every epoch of the world. So you see, the Creator knows all things, and He knows their effect in each epoch since the very beginning, what they would do. And He has made men heirs to them, that they might know good and evil. So this is what we are to learn, the difference between good and evil. But when the time of Inquisition comes, He will determine the fate of every living being in accordance with which of the two spirits He has chosen to follow. As the echoes of these ancient words reverberate through time, they beckon us to reflect on the profound duality that shapes our very existence. Within the enigmatic dance of truth and perversity, humanity finds itself at a crossroads, grappling with the choices that bear the weight of eternity. The indomitable spirit of truth, rooted in the fountain of light, illuminates our path with virtues of righteousness, compassion, and a profound connection to the divine. It is a beacon of hope, promising health, well-being, and eternal blessings to those who walk in its ways. Conversely, the allure of perversity, born from the wellspring of darkness, seduces us into the labyrinth of vice and wickedness. Its malevolent sway breeds afflictions and unending sorrow, leading to the perdition of eternal fire and darkness. Between these two opposing forces, an eternal enmity wages, driving humanity towards a constant struggle for alignment with their chosen path. Let's remember that the fate of every living being lies in which spirit we embrace. Yet, in Elohim's inscrutable wisdom, the day of reckoning approaches when perversity shall be vanquished and truth shall emerge triumphant. Now I will leave you with these wise words spoken by Yeshua. You say that I am a king? In fact, I was born and came into the world to testify to the truth. Everyone on the side of truth listens to me. John chapter 18, verse 38.